Hi, my name's Kim from best-acupuncture.com, and I help you recover your mental, emotional, and physical health naturally. And today I'm going to swing back around to the Bowflex Treadmill T10 because if you watched part one, you're probably wondering what happened with that. Well, today you're going to find out. First, I think it might be safe to buy the Bowflex T10 treadmill right now. And why do I say that, especially if you watched my first review? Well, come on. Well, it looks like Bowflex finally fixed the problems they were having. And if you decide to purchase the Bowflex Treadmill T10 and it works when you get it, you're going to love it. Here's what I learned about purchasing high-end home exercise equipment. I learned through this process that your purchase decision is about 50% the product and 50% the company. You want a product that's going to suit your needs, but if something goes wrong with the product, you want to feel confident that the company's going to fix it. And the policy that Bowflex has on shipping and installation, and that you have a short return window without losing more money, are standard in the industry. Everything is set up to make it expensive for you to back out of your purchase. You know, back out twice and you've paid for half your equipment. Purchasing high-end home exercise equipment is not a decision you want to take lightly. It was pretty scary to me to have purchased this unit and just a couple weeks later it completely bricks on me and I couldn't get it fixed. So I got the unit on December 23rd, 2020, and this is what it's like out today. Well, this is what it was like a week after the Bowflex bricked on me. Okay, and then July 15th, 2021, I was finally able to get a completely functioning Bowflex Treadmill T10. So 7 months later. Now, I was an early adopter. I got the product on launch, and there's always glitches when you're an early adopter, and I would say that to myself to help walk me off the ledge as the days turned into months and my Bowflex was still broken. Okay, so why would I recommend the Bowflex Treadmill T10? Yeah, okay, so even though I'm not near as pumped about it as I was when I bought it last year in December of 2020, here are 3 things to think about when you're buying your high-end home exercise equipment, and that's going to be company support, the mechanics of the unit, and the electronics. Okay, let's look at company support first. I mean, it wasn't looking good for Bowflex. Initially, a lot of these units were arriving defective. The company was reeling from COVID-19 and their attempt to position themselves as direct competition to Peloton. But here's the thing, it looks like Bowflex turned it around. So I've got to give the employees and the management team credit because they were facing significant issues in both manufacturing and administrative infrastructure, and to just face one of those takes a dedicated focus, but to be facing both of them and in the middle of a pandemic, that's pretty scary. It would have been easy to fail that kind of turnaround. In the back of my mind, that was what was haunting me. If Bowflex didn't turn it around, then I was out the treadmill and the $2,000. That Bowflex did turn it around is a testament to the employees and the management team and their ability to work together. Now, there's an example of clear leadership and corporate culture. And they do support their product. They stayed with me until the bitter end. And you know, sometimes companies blow you off after the first couple months, hoping you'll disappear. Not Bowflex. So let's see, back in May, the company decided to send a replacement unit, and that's a big investment for the company. The original treadmill, it still wasn't working, and they said they would replace the unit and I would have the new unit in 2 weeks. And they gave me the dates when the people would come pick things up.
They coordinated it all. I was given a personal email of my customer service rep, and they said they would take care of any issues I had. Now, there's one thing that's bothered me. I actually have been working at reducing my environmental footprint from downsizing my living space to changing to energy efficient to reducing water use to changing my eating habits and to supporting environmental groups like Ocean Cleanup. And I'm not perfect, but I try. The broken unit, I thought the mechanics of the unit worked fine, and it was just the console that was broke. But maybe I was wrong. And what bothered me is this old unit, it just gets taken to the landfill, and that just seems like such an incredible waste of Earth resources. And this isn't unique in the industry, and there's probably nothing I could do to make that unit work again, but that's really bothered me. So everything happened like they said it would. And the new treadmill came, and it should have been perfect, except somewhere in the shipping and the handling of it, the forklift operator damaged the box. It didn't look like they damaged the equipment, but they did. It was all on the left side. The handlebars needed to be replaced, and the unit had cosmetic damage. Well, I called on the broken parts, and I was back in the queue. And the new parts were scheduled to come in 2 weeks, and exactly 2 weeks later, half the new parts came in. And the second half was scheduled to come in September, so another 4 months away. And that was probably the last straw for me. I just couldn't get one stupid one and done on this treadmill. And that September date just changed everything for me. Now I just kind of felt pretty crap about this purchase. And, no use in getting excited about having a completely functioning treadmill that I had purchased 7 months earlier, because apparently that wasn't going to happen. Hey, but that's a really nice view. Well, later the shipment date was changed to mid-July, and the second half of the handlebars did come in the middle of July, and when the whole unit was assembled, it worked. So finally, 7 months later, I have a treadmill that works with cosmetic damage. I didn't bring up the cosmetic damage because I was in this emotional space where it was like, what's the point? I knew I was never going to be back at that point where I was over the moon in love with this treadmill. Okay, so what's the lesson here? Well, think before you become an early adopter, right? But also, the company has to support their product, and Bowflex does support their product. And the shipping and repair times, well, that's part of the new norm, right? I mean, just ask anybody who's been waiting for their car to be delivered because it's stuck in dry dock waiting for the chips. So part of the equation is going to be that the company supports their product, and Bowflex does support their product. So Bowflex gets 100% on that. And then the other part of the equation is going to be the mechanical and the electrical. And everything that I said in the first review still holds true. Well, the mechanical part of this unit is a tank. It's incredibly well built. It has like the biggest motor. Its running path is a 5-foot stride. It weighs like 300 pounds, and it has the largest weight capacity in the home exercise treadmill category. The mechanical specs knock this unit out of the park, so that's 100% on that. The last part is going to be the tech specs or the electronics. And that's still a real yawn. They've done some updates on the software that has delivered, some slight changes, but nothing of significance. It's like the picture resolution loads up faster, but you can only feed into the HDMI and you can't hook it up to your TV, and there's no casting out to the TV. So the workouts, they're from the 90s and they're just not inspiring. And I don't know what kind of speakers are being used, but they are still that tinny sound that lends themselves to making the workouts even less inspiring. But you know what I do like? I like that the application tracks your workouts, even if you don't have a membership to Journey. Now, I thought I was going to use nature walks on TV and I would be fine with that. And no, I'm not. I would like the workouts that are attached to the smart home exercise equipment. I would like that high energy pump up the volume to push me.
Not all the time, but sometimes. So if you know of an app that will deliver that smart home exercise experience for treadmills, please leave it in the comments below. But here's the thing. I've had a lot of failures with this unit, and I just don't have the same confidence I had in it when I first purchased it. And I hate that because I'm never going to have that level of confidence again.
So a few days ago, I finally tried the kill switch, and I was connecting myself to the kill switch when I accidentally pulled the kill key out of the treadmill, and the treadmill stopped like it's supposed to. So I replaced the key and I tried to restart the unit and it wouldn't restart. And internally, my heart just sank because their electronics, they're not robust. And they've melted down over smaller things. So I started freaking out internally. It took me about 5 minutes to figure out that I had to turn the machine off and then back on.
And that's what I really dislike about this purchase, is that I have a little bit of buyer's remorse. And I'm never going to be in love with this unit like I was when I first bought it. But anytime something goes wrong with the electronics, I'm going to freak out and I'm going to think my unit's dying again. So if you look at the 3 categories, so company product support, it's 100%. Mechanics, it's 100%. The electronics, it's 25%. So overall, a 75% rating. And if you look at the 2 areas where it's scored 100%, well, the mechanics, right now, I do not believe there's another home exercise treadmill that has better specs than the Bowflex. And on company product support, I don't believe you're going to find a company that's giving better support on their products. So if I had to do this again, I don't know that I would do anything different. I'm not positive. I would just hope that someone would have put a video out there like I did to warn me that they have some niggles to work through so that, I could plan my purchase for a later date. So I wouldn't be left feeling so blah about this purchase. Because, let's be real, this is supposed to be a reason for a celebration. Okay. Good luck on your treadmill purchase. And until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.